What's up everybody, Fritz here. Give me 1 second because I actually have to back up the car real quick. But you know what? While you're here, why don't you take a look at the camera and see if you're suffering from the same camera issues that I am. If you are, or if you have some camera issues in general, make sure to stay tuned because in today's video, we're going to address these exact problems. Let's get into it. Now in today's video, the solutions that we're going to go over will range anywhere from completely free to a complete camera replacement. And we'll go over the different scenarios in which one solution might work out better for you. But if you feel that the solutions that we covered today or the situations that we covered don't necessarily fit your situation, please leave a detailed description about the problem that you're experiencing with your BMW backup camera, as well as a solution if you have one. That way, this video can help out as many people as possible. Now, the first solution that we have up is the completely free one. All that we're gonna do is give our backup camera a nice clean, and then we're going to jump into our camera settings on the iDrive menu and change the overall brightness as well as the contrast in order to provide us with the sharpest image possible. Now, if that free option did not solve your problems, you're gonna have to do a little bit of troubleshooting to determine when you're experiencing the biggest issues with your backup camera. For instance, this red car experiences the most trouble in daylight. The backup camera has a bit of a blue tint to it and some areas get blown out. And the reason for this is because the backup camera's white balance does not know how to handle that much red. So it shifts over to a blue tint. When it's a little dimmer out, say even at nighttime or if you're in a garage, these issues don't really kick up. Something can be similarly said to cars with a white color to them. During the daytime, the backup camera works well, no problems. At night, because it's really dark, that white bumper makes the camera think that there's a hot spot, or a really bright spot I should say, in that area. This causes the camera to shut down the iris, which gives you a dark color and sometimes a red pigmentation. The solution to this problem is a small piece of vinyl wrap. All that you're gonna do is cover up that small section of the camera so that it doesn't see the bumper. And yes, to a certain degree, it does obstruct your field of view, but the bumper would be there anyways. So all that you really need to do is have a friend in the front to guide you when you're putting in this vinyl wrap. There. Now you gotta go up. How about there? A little more. There. More. You sure? Just a little bit more down. That's good enough. I guess it's good enough. And right there is actually really good. So we don't even need to cover up most of the camera. And when we look into when the backup camera pops up, we can see that we still have a little bit of the red of the bumper there, but the blue tint is almost all gone. And in nighttime, we can see that blocking out the bumper of the white car does give us quite a noticeable difference, specifically that it is a little bit brighter. Now, if neither one of those solutions work for you and your backup camera is still giving you problems, it's finally time to pop the trunk, remove the liner, and replace the camera. Remove the two side collars, pull them down in order to allow us to remove the trunk liner. Once we remove all of those rivets and the two center torque screws along with the emergency latch, we will have access to remove the backup camera. And in my case, the latch portion was actually torn and broken, so I needed to replace this anyways. When removing the rivets, they will only come out slightly when you unscrew them, and then the rest you will have to use a plastic trim tool to remove it. And then the trunk liner will want to release, but you're gonna have to pull on the latch here, giving it tension, pushing back on this portion of the lever, and slide out the locking mechanism. Now we can remove the trunk liner without any issues. The only thing that's holding it into place are the grooves of the trunk, like where you place your hand in there. Everything else should just come right off. Just wedge a plastic trim tool in order to pry out the latch. And if you have a new latch in the wings, you can use that in order to inform you of where all of the pins are that hold in the trunk latch. And at this point, we can pretty much just pull it out by hand. Now with the housing out, we actually can access our two electrical connections. The one over here is for our trunk release button. In order to release it, just place in a pick tool to that hole and wiggle out the connection. So that hole is right there. If you need to, you can even pull it out of its housing. The actual camera is much easier because we don't even need a pick tool. Just push down on that little locking tab right there and pull out the camera. Now we can bring in our new backup camera. And this is actually a used unit off of eBay, but it's from a newer model. So my car is a 2012, this came off of a 2017. And the good thing is that it's OEM, so all the connections are gonna work perfectly fine. And we got it for a discounted price. So let's go ahead and connect it up and pop it back into the trunk. Let's go ahead and close it up and make sure that it works from the driver's seat. And to my eye, everything looks pretty good. You can see that our tripod is right there. The PDC is working perfectly fine. I just turned it off so that it doesn't annoy you during our test. But since everything checks out, we can go ahead and put back on the trunk liner. And the second reason why I did this install is so that the trunk button now opens the trunk. If you're wondering why mine wasn't working, you can see that over here, the tear that you see right there would prevent the button from hitting the switch. So when you lift up, it just lifts up vertically rather than opposing some kind of force to cause this button to come down. So this was not working. Now we can place back in our trunk liner. And before we line it up, make sure to place in your emergency trunk latch and then fold it over the bumps and the hand guards inside. What will make getting in the rivets and T25 Torx screws easier is by engaging the hinge trims on the trunk liner in order to pin it into place. This, paired with the grooves for the hands up here, will prevent it from falling. Let's tighten the T25s in the center first. Then once that's all in, we can put in our rivets. The cool thing about these rivets is that we actually don't need to screw them back in. They can just be pushed in once the outer portion has engaged the trunk. The last thing before we close up the trunk is to reconnect our emergency latch, and it just rolls behind the center triangle there and then hook it up to the top. And then with the new camera in and the vinyl wrap applied to that camera, I actually changed the settings down from 50, which I think is the default, down to 20 on the brightness and 10% on the contrast. However, this is going to change for each person, and considering that this is my dad's car, I'm actually gonna have him sit in it and change the settings for his liking. So I hope that one of the solutions that we went over today will fix the issues that you're experiencing with your BMW backup camera. But if it isn't, feel free to leave a detailed comment down below and let us know what you're currently experiencing. For those of you who are knowledgeable enough, feel free to answer those comments if I haven't gotten to them yet. And if you need a new backup camera, I'm gonna leave a link down in the description. I think this is a part that you can definitely get used, especially from a BMW that's newer than yours. All the connections are gonna work perfectly fine. You're gonna get no error codes, and it's gonna attach and look perfectly. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe so you don't miss out on future videos. And I'll see all of you in the next one.